Look what the mailman just brought. Yeah, INJORA S5 compound, and this time it is the Cling On tire. Let me see what's in the bag. Tires and a sheet of stickers. Is this new? No, maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, tires, sticky tires, of course, S5. Now, in the meanwhile, I know the S5, depending on the weather where you are, is not the super best compound. When it's cold, when it's a little bit of wet in your area, then they work really good, but also do other tires. Now, why do I still keep buying INJORA tires? They released a tire, and I like this kind of pattern, this hieroglyphic pattern. I really love that. So I couldn't resist, and I ordered one more set. It still feels sticky. The foam feels reasonably good. I think it's a usable foam. What does it say on the sidewall? 4.75 and a 1.65. It's a 1.9 tire. It's sticky, sticky, sticky. It smells, it stinks actually. So I find this to be a rather narrow tire. Let me see what the caliper says. Between the lugs, something like this. Yeah, 38 maybe. 38. That would actually be really good for, yeah, the INJORA silicones. They are 36. What's the? It says it says 475, but we want to check between the lugs. 114, I would say, between the lugs. So maybe this could be really good, because the foam feels really nice. Let's get one out. Let's see how it sits in the tire. Yeah, it's a really narrow foam. This is like, yeah, let's say 33, but yeah, we have some play at 33. Whilst we're at it, yeah, 114. But then the foam, it's a really narrow foam. The foam itself feels actually really good. Medium, I would even say, because it's so narrow, it's more like medium soft. But yeah, let's see. Now, mostly these don't support the sidewall you want from a tire. So the first thing I always do is take these out. I am in the process of developing an inner ring, and then cutting this one on the jigsaw so we can use the outers, and then we might have the best of both worlds. We will have sidewall, but we will have also a foam. Now, before I forget, let's not do that again. I'm surprised I think of it right now. Let's cut. Wow, I feel, yeah, I already thought it was. It is belted, so I don't know if that's really necessary. Now this one is really thin. That is. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, no, that cannot be right. I need to zero the one. So now let's close him up. 1.6, yeah, let's zero him again. Yeah, small rubber. We did one. Where is the hole? One over here. Let's do one on the opposite side, and then let's see what's inside the tire. Here it is. Because I feel something. Yeah, there's some belting. Yeah, no rips, but there is belting, and the rubber feels rather thin. Yeah, the 1.5 millimeter will be correct. It feels the same on the sidewall as on the outside. Of course, it is S5. Yeah, sticky. Let's keep this one over here so I don't forget the other ones. Now, looking at it, I would say this is undersized, but we will try it anyway. This is the green one. Might do the green ones in here as they are belted. Let's see if I can put one in. Yeah, they fold straight open. We are on their place. They look nice. Let me see, this one fits exactly, and also over here, so they are actually a rather good fit, and also the width is rather good. Now we do have some inserts laying around, something we tried once, it was not good for that tire. I can't remember what tire it was, but let's just see if they accidentally fit in these Kling-on tires, because that would be nice. But I don't know if I want the weight of the yeah, it fell somewhere. I don't know if I want the weight of these silicones extra in the tire. So keep this one over here. This one is now also belted. This is a 108/39. This one was 108/36, so it is a little bit wider. But let's just see what it does if I drop this in here. This is a little bit harder, this wider. Let's see if I can get it in its place to sit. I need to work a little bit with these to get them in their place, and that's it. It looks too wide. I already know it. It looks really unnatural. It is too wide. While this is, yeah, that's perfect. No, I can't do this. No, this will not be a good option. So I need to, or I make them narrower. At least I know we need 36 wide, so that's good. This can go back on the shelf. And what is this over here? This is a 36 with a 105. Just for just checking it out. If the width is okay, the height will not be okay. We'll have some play in there, but the width, let me check if I can get something going. The height is not good. There's room, like, yeah, there is, the room is like 1 millimeter. And now if we squeeze it together now, this looks better. And actually the 36 one, I feel it's still a little wide. Now these ones of course are rounded up really. I can do a round profile, so these are rather flat and then just some little bits taken off on the outside. This is a lot taken off on the outside, and they seem to fit really good in here. Or I do a rounded profile, because we also have rounded profiles. Or I do one where we take more off. Of course, it actually is not so bad. Yeah, developing inserts for this will go rather fast. I actually can start from this inner with a little bit bigger outer, as these, they feel rather firm. That's probably the belting on the inside. So for this first test, I think I will just use the green silicones, and actually that is not too soft. That is not too soft, not even for rear tires. And usually I combine blue for the rear and green for the front, but feeling this, I think we can just get away with the green ones all around. These are used green ones, so they are a little bit softer, and I will take new green ones for the rear. Let me just see if I can. This is a front tire. These have a little bit of weight on them. We can just put this together and see how that looks. The ring is in here. Is the tire a bit centered? Yes. Now, is there an outside or an inside? They don't look directional. Let me see. This looks exactly the same, but mirrored. Yeah, it's just mirrored. These little ones point forward, and on this side they point backwards, so the tires are mirrored. So they also point forward and they point backwards, and that does not help turning them around, and that does not, so they're just the left side is a copy of the right side, so I don't think they are directional. Looking at this, I can't see any directionality. Also nothing on the side walls. We do have some nice lugs which actually start here on the top of the side wall, but also here we have some nice lugs. Let me grab the tire I recently tested, which is the Swamp Claw, which have really big lugs, but these lugs could do, they look like they are the same diameter, they are, but these ones are, well, I would say at first sight they are wider, but they are not that much wider. No, I don't think they are really wider. What does it say? It says exactly the same, 475 by 165. That's exactly what it says on this tire. They don't only look the same, they just are the same. Now these do have a 3D printed insert in them. This is the green silicone. Yeah, we will do them with green silicone. Mount them, you don't need to see that process, and then we will put them on the team car and do a test drive outside. I do like these hieroglyphic tires, and I hope this one performs well. At the moment, this is actually my favorite INJORA S5 tire, because my favorite INJORA tire still is the S4 Campin tire. This one also runs the green silicones. That is S4, but then I do also have a set. Where is it? It's over here. There's also a set over here which do have 3D printed inserts in them, and yeah, the weight is a lot less on these ones, and you can see how worn they are. So I really love this tire. Yeah, this is my favorite INJORA tire. What does it say? Multi-terrain camp tire, 1.9 MT. Yeah. For S5 it is the Swamp Claw at the moment, but let's see if the Klingon can challenge the Swamp Claw and push it from the first place in my most liked S5 compound. See you outside! And now for the outside portion of these Klingon INJORA tires. We have a nice weather in Belgium. It's 20 degrees, like 68 Fahrenheit that is. The car is now 2.95, almost 3 kilograms. And let me tell you, a good 300 grams of that is the silicone inserts. Well, that was a nice first pull without any hesitation. The tires mounted rather good on the wheels. Once I started using some, do they pull this line? Yeah. Once I started using bubble juice, they were barely unmountable without the bubble juice. Now, as you can see, we have some new obstacles here, making life a little bit more difficult. But these tires do actually really good. I'm a little bit afraid, oh, there's some binding. I'm a little bit afraid that these will collapse, the green ones, on side load. Let's see. This is a really bad approach on the corkscrew. Now, we do have extra weight in the rear to keep the rear down. But we're not going to save this one, are we now? Well, we are. Mechanical axle in, but okay. Let's see if we can do the turn in into off camber and see how far these go to the outside. The INJORA silicones. Yeah, man, that's doing a little bit of a strange fight, but it really does it. Does it actually really good. So far these Klingons perform really nice. Now let's see. Steepy is something different. First part is always easy, but then the second part, well, I didn't see any hesitation at all. And with these rims, the red ones, we have a red team going on at the moment, as there are also red shocks. There's a red servo horn. There's even a red gearbox that you can't see it, but it's a Creeper T, so it's a forward motor mount, which is red, and then there's also the box in the middle, the transfer case. So actually rather nice. These wheels do have a little bit more offset, negative offset, so I think we are around 250, 255 wide now on a car which is 320 wheelbase. You can do this problem, which is called lecce, since there are all these ledges following one by one. The rocks are not as warm as the environment. I just shot them and they are 10, 12, 14 degrees. In this time of the year, there is barely sun on the rocks, so I think that helps the S5 compound. But yeah, they are actually doing really good. I'm even in doubt if I should make inserts for these, because I'm starting to think INJORA built a tire around their inserts, and they did a really good job at it. Okay, now we do have some. Can we see this deformation in the rear? Yeah, silicones will tend to do that. Let's go into off camber and see if we can pull up in the reversed corkscrew. And let's take all the real estate you need, sir. Can we cut back in? Yeah, no problem. Steering is actually really good on these. They have no tendency to push to the outside. Let's reset the rear, perfect. Let's try the steepest line we can get here. Let's see, unloading the driver front. What's maximum flex over here? Can we do the steepest line? Yeah, we can, even on that new stone, which is, I think I mentioned this, it is slick, yeah, okay. I might have gone just a little bit too far, as you can see. We will give him that climb one more time. Well, 2 days have passed since a split second ago, because I managed to not record all the rest by hitting a fault button on my recording device. So 2 days later, the sun is it's early in the morning, the sun is still on the stones, changing the temperatures on the rocks a little bit. We have 12 degrees in the shade, but we have 25 in the sun. So it's a good test for the S5. And we will retest these when it's really hot to see if these S5 Klingons still work when it's a lot warmer, because we know they tend to fall off when it's warmer. The environment temperature also is a little different. We only have 10 degrees, which is like 52 Fahrenheit. So, if I remember well, we dropped off here somewhere by doing something a little bit too crazy on the rocks. And yeah, we will try to do it a little bit better this time. So, here we go. I need to come back into where we were. I only found out whilst editing something went wrong and something was missing. So I think I cut in this one too short on this new rock, and then we fell off. So let's try to not make that mistake again. Yeah, way better. Coming into the new portion of these rocks, creating some more difficult parts here. We something like to wedge in the tires, wedge in the axles, some murder holes for the tires. Yeah. And then there's this stone, which is really meant to be there to hang an axle on and see how they do. Okay, let's try to go into hangman and see what we have done with these cling ons, which I'm really happy about right now. I managed to full bunker that front pumpkin. Okay, we managed without a reverse. Okay, there's even a little bit of water on this rock. Into hangman. It's S5, so it will do whatever you want. Okay, nice. Let's do the face. And now I'm carefully watching not to hit the wrong button again. So, face first time. Let's see. Grab with the driver front. Pull the passenger front up there. And see if we can manage to creep all the way to the right hand side. Yeah. Yeah. Real nice creep. All the way right. And pull the skid over. Up. Okay. Onto this rock. Yeah, without a problem. Nice, really nice. Okay, let's do plumb. Plumb. Typical approach. Coming from the right hand side. Go to the left hand side. Grab. And pull up. That was without hesitation. Really nice. Next approach of plumb. Let's see if this can do the right hand side. Well, we first come a little bit to the left, grab with the driver tire, go back to the right hand side and see if these have enough. Well, even on slow speed. That was one of the best performances in this line I've seen so far. Well. Can we now do the real steep line and cut all the way? I don't know. It never does justice how this car hangs here and how these tires need to work. Well, this combo, INJORA have a winner combo. This is, I might have mentioned it 2 days ago. I really believe they built this tire around that insert. That was just a really strong performance. If they do all that, let's just give them a chance on the tsunami line, going from plumb into off-camber. I should almost think they would be able to do it. Seeing what all, yeah, is they did all the rest so good. They're actually, you should not doubt these. Man, they do good. They do really good. Okay. There's also the new tsunami line on the face. Let's do that. So we come in from the left-hand side. Get our tires up. Driver's side first. Then pull on. Let's see if I can take another shot. I hope the sun is not too much blocking this view. Then we take the passenger side up there. And then we go all the way back to the driver's side. Yeah, it's a really strong performance so far. It's a little bit mechanical on the skid, but these tires, the combo of these tires and this insert is certainly a winning combo. Do they have enough? Yeah. A little bit more, a little bit fighting. Yeah. Really nice. There's only one line left, which is slick side. Now I don't have any doubts that they will do a slick side, as they did all the rest so good. I'm trying to do it slow speed, as slow as I can. I can go slower. You can go slower. Let's see. There's really no hesitation. Slick side. Let's see. Grab. Next. Get up. Yeah. And now this is a test of the rubber. Does the driver rear have enough to keep the rig from falling down? Yeah, I think he does. Great performance. Let's take the easy side. Yeah, we can do a little drive over here. There's also a new line, which they counter really good. Little hop. This one is gonna get a mechanical on the skid, but they have enough. They have enough. I think we have seen enough of these cling ons. They performed outstanding. Of course, a retest in the summer will be needed, so we will do that. Retest in the summer, but for now, on our Belgium rocks, fresh out of the package, the best INJORA tire I've seen so far in the S5 compound. Now, we very recently tested the swamp class and they were my favorite. I think these took over first place. Yeah, so I don't know if these are also a clone of something, because we found out the swamp class were a clone of the Miklaus from 10 or 15 years ago. These do look like, I would say, ruptures, or what is my favorite ones in the 2.2s, the white rovers, the white HB rovers from HPI. That's that kind of pattern, but yeah, then again not. It's something like that, but yeah, the combo of these inserts, silicone green inserts, with these tires is a really winning combo on my Belgium rocks. So I hope this helps someone. If you want to request a tire or a comparison from different tires, just hit me up in the comments. I think this is all for now, and yeah, the only thing left is to say goodbye and hope to see you on the next one. Bye.